Good morning, class. Let us continue with the story Happy Endings by Margaret Atwood. In the last video, we did finish the first two versions of the story, that is, the story A and B. Now, this is C. John, who is an older man, falls in love with Mary. So John here falls in love with Mary, and Mary, who is only 22. John is an older man, middle-aged man, and Mary is a young woman. Feels sorry for him, and she feels sorry for him because he is worried about his hair falling out. He is a balding man; his hair are falling out, and that's a concern of Mary as well. She sleeps with him even though she is not in love with him. Now, what is the basis of this relationship? It is not love. It is just a sexual relationship or a physical relationship. She met him at work, and how they are introduced to one another, each other. They met at work. She is in love with someone called James. Actually, she is in a relationship or in a love relationship with a person called James, who is 22. He is a young man of her own age and not yet ready to settle down. But what is the problem in this relationship between James and Mary? He is not ready to settle down, James. So she is in relationship with two men. One is of her own age, that is James, but he is not ready to settle down, and the second one is the middle-aged man, John. John, on the contrary, settled down long ago. John is a settled man. This is what is bothering him. So he's settled down in his life, and that is his problem. John has a steady, gradual, continuous, respectable job. He has a good job and is getting ahead in his field, and he is making progress in his own field. But Mary isn't impressed by him. But Mary is not impressed by that. She is impressed by James. She is attracted towards James, who has a motorcycle and a fabulous record collection. He is a music lover, James, and he has a motorcycle and a very amazing kind of collection of music records, and Mary is attracted to him. But James is often away on his motorcycle being free, but he is a free, careless kind of young man, and he is always away on riding his motorcycle. Freedom isn't the same for girls. Now look at the statement that is made by the narrator, by the writer, and she says freedom isn't the same for girls. Girls cannot be free like the young boys. So as James is free to ride on his motorcycle to go anywhere, she is not free. So in the meantime, Mary spends Thursday evenings with John. So meantime, when James is away, Mary spends her Thursday evenings on which John is free. She spends that evening with John, the middle-aged man in her life. Thursdays are the only days John can get away. And what is the limitation in this relationship is John is free, and he can spend time with Mary only on Thursdays. So she has to be with him only on Thursdays when James is away. John is married to a woman called Maggie, and they have two children, a charming house, which again there is this story is gets repeated. They bought just before the real estate values went up, so they have a house, nice house, sweet children, and hobbies which they find stimulating and challenging. So this part of the plot gets repeated in every story that she is telling us in different versions. When they have the time, John tells Mary how important she is to him, and John goes on expressing his feelings for Mary and telling her that she is very important for him, and all that. But he also tells her that he can't leave his wife, because a commitment is a commitment, because he's committed to, because his marriage is a kind of commitment where people commit each other of loyalty and of companionship and all that. He goes on about this more than is necessary, but somehow he repeats all these things more than necessary, and Mary finds it boring. And sometimes Mary finds that it is boring that this man repeats the same thing more and more, but older men can keep it up longer, so on the whole she has a fairly good time. But she likes spending time with this man, that is the older man, that is John. Now there is a twist in the story. One day James breezes in. To breeze in means to walk into a place or event with a calm or carefree way. So in this careless manner, one day John comes riding his motorcycle to Mary with some top grade California hybrid. Now it's a kind of drug, so it's a hybrid drug. Okay, so he comes with a drug, and James and Mary get higher. To get higher means to get under the influence of the drug. They take that drug, and then you would believe possible, and they climb into bed and they get attracted towards each other, and they get into their bed. Everything becomes very underwater, uncertain, or to do something. So they get involved in each other, but along comes John. But at the same time, and here is a twist in the story, and John comes when James and Mary, they are together in the bed. Who has a key to Mary's apartment? And John has an extra key to Mary's apartment, so he can open the door on his own. He finds them stoned. Stoned means not behaving or thinking normally because of the effect of drug or alcohol. So they are not in the right condition of their minds. They are kind of unconscious, intoxicated by the influence of the drug or the alcohol. So he finds them together. John finds Mary and James together, stoned and entwined. They are together, twisted in the bed. He is hardly in any position to be jealous. And what is the condition of John? He is angry, but he can't be jealous because he already has a wife considering matching. But nevertheless, he is overcome with despair. He is frustrated, he is disappointed, he is angry. Finally, he is a middle-aged man. In 2 years, he will be as bald as an egg. So all his hair will be gone by the end of 2 years. So that is his frustration. So he knows that he can't be in love with a young woman like Mary. And he can't stand it. He can't tolerate this. That is what is happening in front of him. That is Mary and James together in the bed. He purchases a handgun, saying he needs it for target practice. So he purchases a gun. This is the thin part of the plot. And she says this is the weakness of this plot. So look at the metafiction. As I told you, this story is of the genre known as metafiction. The writer constantly reminds us that what you are reading, what you have in front of you is not a reality, but it's a part of a fiction. So she says, now there can be a question in our mind, in the reader's mind, as to whether John has gone back and purchased the revolver, purchased the gun, and then he came back and then he has done whatever he has done. This is the thin part. So this is the weakness of the plot, she says. So she wants to tell us that there cannot be any weakness in the plot. All the incidents, all the happenings, all the twists and turns in the story, they should be properly arranged. It should be a well knit plot, but it can be dealt with later. But she says, okay, we will think about that later. First, let us concentrate on what happens to James and Mary, because John has seen them together. Dealt with later, and shoots the two of them and himself. Now what happens is he kills both of them and he shoots himself also. He shoots James and Mary together, and after that he shoots himself also. He commits suicide after killing James and Mary. Maggie, after a suitable period of mourning, lament, marries an understanding man called Fred. So after some time, after lamenting, mourning for her dead husband, that is John, Maggie remarries to an understanding man, to a mature man called Fred, and everything continues as in A. And everything, whatever happens after that, that is after Fred and Maggie get married, then they have jobs and hobbies and they become old and then they die peacefully. So everything happens as in A, that is happy ending, but under different names. So this is a very interesting example of the metafiction. The same story can be told from different perspectives, by changing some characters, by changing some actions, by changing some themes, some incidents. So let us see what happens in D, E and F. That will be in tomorrow's video. Thank you.